Hey, this is Adele from the Sassy team here with another video. Video number 2 of the Sassy Genius Messenger CRM tutorial series. If you haven't watched video number 1, Sassy Genius Messenger CRM, download, log in, and change password, then stop this video right now and go back and watch the previous video first. Now, in this video here, we're going to look at how to create labels. We'll discuss what labels are, how to create them, how to edit them, and how to move them around. So let's get started. The first thing we want to do is open a new tab, and we want to type in www.messenger.com. Okay, great. Now your Messenger window is open. Second thing you want to do is go over here to your Genius icon, click on that, and now you have your Genius Messenger open, and you'll see we are on the Create Label page. So that's what the default is, and that's what it opens up to automatically. Now you might be wondering, what do I mean by labels? Well, if you look over here to the left-hand side inside of Messenger, you'll see these empty boxes next to each individual's or company's name. Now they're empty and they're white because we haven't created any labels at this time. Once we create labels, then there'll be colored boxes with words in them after we created some labels. Now when you go back into the CRM, and I'll just use the word CRM for short, you'll see here, show labels in Facebook, toggle switch. Now when you click it off, you'll see that the boxes have disappeared. When you click it on, you see the boxes reappear. And this is, in the event that you're trying to do some other things and you don't want to be distracted by the boxes. So you can toggle the boxes off and on. So now let's create a few labels. But you're probably thinking, well, what's a label? It's simple. A label is just a category that you assign to a contact in Messenger. So say, for example, you're using a sales pipeline, for example, you might have some cold leads, you might have warm leads, you might even have people that you want to call your VIP customers. You might even segment a little bit more. So let's just say you have a sales pipeline, maybe you're networking in network marketing, and maybe you have a promo video that you want people to see, or even if you're a realtor and you have some clients, that you want to send a home evaluation for them to look at before, they decide to list with you. Then you can create, say, a label for people who have watched the video, people who have not watched the video, people who have not received the home evaluation, people who have completed the home evaluation. So you can break this pipeline of yours down as detailed as you want it to, so that it can flow the way you want it to flow. Okay, so let's get going. Let's get some of these labels created. So the first label I'll create, we'll have enter here. Let's call this SGM CRM, and then we'll call it interested people. And that SGM stands for Sassy Genius Messenger CRM. And these are people that will be interested in our software, okay? We'll click add. So we see the label there. So we now have the new label created here, and the default is this grayish color, kind of bland. So we have icons up here. You hover it here so you can edit it. So if you typed it wrong, you can click it and edit it. If you don't like the color, which I would not keep this gray, you can change the color and customize it, and then you can delete the label if you no longer want it. So let's change the color here. So let's click on it. And I think I want this to be, let's say, a nice icy blue. And I'll choose that. So now we have a CRM label here for our interested people for the CRM. Okay, so let's create another label. Maybe, let's think about this. Maybe we have some warm leads, some people that we've talked to before. So let's make that SGM CRM, and then we'll just call this warm leads. Okay, so they've kind of been warmed up. So we want to add that there. And let's change this color. If they're warm, let's just make them a little darker green because they're almost ready to go. Great. Next, let's try entering SGM, CRM, and we're going to call this customers. These are going to be for people who have purchased. All right, great. So let's go ahead and let's change this color to, let's make it a red. And like I said, you can always go back and change them however you want. If you have some colors that are part of your brand, you can also change them to your brand colors if you'd like. So now we have our 3 categories here in our labels. We have interested, warm leads, and customers. And if you by chance just type them out of order and you want to move them around, you can just grab this little icon here in the corner. It looks like an arrow, 4 arrows, and you can move them around. Okay, so you also see the number 0 here. So that means right now we don't have any people assigned to these labels at this time. So they will be 0 because we haven't moved any people over yet or assigned any people to these labels yet. And also if you move over to your messages here, and when you click at labels here, you will see your labels will appear here also on this particular page. Interested people, warm leads, and your customers. We can do the same thing here. We can grab this icon here with the 4 arrows and move them around if you'd like to. You want to move them around, and you can still go ahead and change the colors if you want to while you're here. So it's the same thing as on the other page. And on this page too, you can also create another label and add it like we did on the other page. And we'll go into what this page is used for in another video. But I just wanted to show you that you can also create labels on this page. So I'm gonna get out of this page. Okay, I clicked back on my icon, and now we're back here at our original default page, create label. So now I just want to show you a little bit about how this is going to work. And so I'm in my friends list here. So let's start with Sarah. Sarah's my business partner. So we see we have the box here that is blank. Click the drop down arrow, and now we see that it's populated and it has colors. And these colors correspond with what we initially created. So here, if you don't remember what those colors were for, if you hover, you'll see warm leads was the green, customers was the dark blue, and interested people was the light blue. So let's assign Sarah into one of the categories we created. So let's make her an interested person. Jody, who is also another one of my partners, let's make her perfect. So she's a warm lead. And then let's do the Sassy team. Let's just make them our customer. And then let's drop down to my other friends here. Ed, it's another partner of mine. Let's also make him an interested person. And again, if you don't remember, if you hover over it, it'll show. Okay. So now we have 4 people assigned to a category. So we see how easy that was. Now let's go back over to our genius icon. Now you see how those zeros have changed to numbers. So we have warm leads 1. If you look over here, you see that's 1 warm lead. Then we have a customer. We actually have a customer, and we have one here. So we see that was pulled over. And then we have 2 interested people. So we see how those people were pulled over into these labels or these categories for these labels for the CRM. It's as easy as that. So you would just go down for each lead that you have, and as you create more and more labels, then you will assign people to the appropriate label so that you can manage them within your CRM. And as these individuals go through your pipeline, then you would change their status or the category. So if she's no longer an interested person and now she's a warm lead, you would change them to blue. And if at this time Jody is no longer a warm lead and she becomes a customer, then you would actually change her to the customer. All right, so that's pretty easy. And you see how now the labels have updated the numbers. I think I said the categories wrong, but it's okay. So we see now we have 2 warm leads, 1 customer, and 1 interested person. So as they go through your pipeline, you will change the category so that you can manage it that way. And it's as simple as that. So before you get going and move on to the next video, don't go ahead until you've created your labels and assign some of the people to your labels. And also, we will be coming out with a list to help you come up with some ideas as far as creating your labels. Congratulations, you've created your first of many labels. If you have an issue with anything or if you have any problems, remember, reach out to the Sassy team at sassy@support.ai. We'll see you in the next video.